Hi, I am Jessica Irving Marshall. I'm president of Marshall Accounting Services, Moss LLC, and this is a brief video to go along with a presentation and an article that we've posted about the K economy. It's thrown out there in jargon all the time. We see it in practice, especially with our small business clients. And we're going to detail our expansion that has enabled us to take in more small business clients where we can use the same strategy that we're using with some of our larger clients and serve the small business population, especially in our area of Fredericksburg, Virginia. So these are where a lot of our clients are located, where we dive into tax policy. In Manhattan, we do a lot of entity structuring, QSBS planning, real estate, opportunity zones. Chicago, the same. San Francisco, we see a lot of our startups with tech, especially employing the QSBS for the intangible assets, software developers. This is what the K-shaped economy is, and it's what has borne out in the numbers as well as our experience, especially over the past decade or so, and what we are trying to combat in our firm and help move those that feel the lower trajectory up towards enjoying the same benefits that our larger clients are. So this is a divide in the numbers. U.S. income concentration, it's at its highest level since the 1960s, meaning a fewer count of individuals and businesses have a larger piece of the pie. Middle class shrinking from 61% to 51% between 1971, 2023. What we see with a lot of our small business clients is the rising loans, the rising costs, and the rising deficiencies on those loans, and what we hope we can dive in to help. What we see with our small business clients is that almost every dollar is taxed as ordinary income, which is a requisite, especially when you're running money in, money out. Prices are going up from suppliers, and we have a lot of their stressed customers who are not able to pay these higher rates, and we just have a snowball effect there with this. So it's not working harder, because I can attest that many of our clients are working 80-hour weeks, and it's still not improving their tax position. Tax strategy, we're hoping, will be one tool to do so. With real estate portfolio investing, we have a detailed link to some of our articles on this, which include depreciation, cost segregation analyses, Section 1031 exchanges. These are not relegated to just large real estate investment portfolios. This can be used by small businesses, and the same tax code that is there for multimillionaires is there for the small business. The Section 351 transfers in QSBS is a very interesting part of the tax code, and we have actually expanded our practice just to serve more small business clients who can employ the QSBS. Again, I've given webinars on this that are about 2 hours long, so if you ever need more information, you can go there, as well as some of the articles that we have on QSBS. The S-election is one of the most underutilized tools, mostly because the compliance with it is tough. And if you screw something up, the IRS can revoke the election. You can't get it back for 5 years. There's a lot of articles that we have detailing how this works and what it needs to look like. You do need a bookkeeper and a good accountant. This is not a DIY unless your DIY background is in accounting and tax. That's my opinion. Opportunity zone investments, there was a significant amount of legislation in the OBBB regarding these. A lot has changed. They have sweetened up these deals, especially with some of the rural opportunity zones. And we really encourage our small business clients to consider these provisions. It's a rare double win. You defer tax while directing capital into the very communities that are experiencing the lower K curve. So we're very interested in helping our clients implement these strategically. Retirement plans, financial advisors. What we find is a lot of clients don't have good financial advisors, and some of the financial advisors that are exceptional are really looking at such a high asset investment that they overlook a lot of our smaller clients. We have great teams that we've connected with in this area. We're going to include some of their contact information in our comments. And again, you're in great hands with these firms that are not going to insist that you come in with a $50 million portfolio. They can also put into place these retirement plans. Some businesses think I can just do a SEP, maybe a simple, but a full-blown 401k sometimes is worth it because the 2026 defined contribution limit is significant. This is how a lot of small businesses can create wealth. And again, we handle the tax side, but we can't do our job unless you have a good financial advisor. The timing of income and expenses, this is a very underutilized flow with our small business clients. They send an invoice, they get paid. They're excited to send the invoice and excited to get paid. If they're on the cash basis, we can potentially look at a tax year where we're building into December, where we're going to hold off on some of that revenue until January. If we've been able to aggregate some of that taxable income into a lower bracket, they had a Roth conversion in there, they might be at a higher marginal rate because of that. It all has to do with timing. It has to do with cash versus accrual. It is the same income and expenses no matter when you claim it, but under GAAP, we need to stick to the rules of accrual and the rules of cash. You can't go back and forth. There's a Form 3115. If you plan on changing your accounting method, that must be very well thought out, and you must understand accrual-based accounting, especially if you move to accrual. R&D tax credit, this is not just for tech giants, and I can't emphasize that enough. Machine shop refining processes, contractors developing techniques, software firms, when you've created that great app and that AI tool, talk to a team like ours and look at that R&D credit, look at the QSBS potential for that intangible asset. There's a lot of tax savings here. And we work with existing advisors. I always tell people that if you have a good CPA, you hold on to them for dear life, because the majority of us are retiring or dying. And what has popped up in the void, again, are a lot of either, hanging a shingle next to the grocery store, tax preparation where they might have been given a 2-week course. That's where we see the catastrophes from a Schedule C, where they're told they can deduct all of their home mortgage interest on a Schedule C. The Schedule C will let you punch in whatever numbers you want. That's called tax fraud. There's a home office deduction for that, Form 8829. We see everything to depreciating land on a Schedule E from some of these groups. And what's really infuriating to us is that often those fees charged are the same or pretty similar to what a credentialed CPA would charge, or an enrolled agent. So proceed with caution. We have great teams that we're building where we can refer work out, because all of us are overworked as CPAs. We had not been taking in fresh clients for about a decade. We were only going on referrals. We're extending now to select clients that meet our specifications where we can help them. And if we can't, we have a good group that we can refer to. We have, like I said, 26 years of experience. Our entire goal at Moss is to have that same level of tax care, professionalism, and going into that tax code, which now sits with congressional updates and tax court cases at over 76,000 pages. When the taxpayer signs that 1040, you're attesting that you have followed everything within the code, which again is impossible, which is why we all must specialize. We have great referrals to estate tax attorneys as well, and to specialized accountants who handle just those specific tax issues. And what we hope to do is to dive in, expand our small business practice so that the same methodology and tax code that we're applying to a startup in Silicon Valley, where they can avoid long-term capital gains taxes on up to $15 million or 10 times their basis, let's provide those same opportunities to small business clients. Fix the K-curve and bring that bottom so it's in the same trajectory as the top.